Cool some laps with Bruno's.
Look at this, Parry runs off track and now Eastman is alongside him. No, he's going to try and close the door. Eastman goes in the grass and he's going to go way off course now.
Momentum we can see a fight between C from Rock and Bruno from Tati from Scuderia from Tati. It will be amazing show.
Fantastic on the inside now. Bruno having to leave that room for him, but he almost loses the car in the air.
All right, good evening everyone to the second round of the Caribbean Nations Cup. We missed out last week because of Mother's Day, so we decided to give the guys a break. So we're at Watkins Glen doing the inner loop this time around for the second round. It was a bit of a surprise really. I didn't see anyone really on the practice server this week. And then literally half an hour before the qualifying started, all the guys, or most of the guys, started to join. So yeah, like I said, just taking a look at the circuit here. We're in the USA. So times are still pretty close though. This track is very flowing. You know, it's basically almost a fourth and fifth gear circuit. Some of the corners maybe slightly down to third, but yeah, it should be a good one. So qualifying has just started. A few minutes have gone. We've got 11 minutes to go. Top of the standings is Dominic Charles. We'll actually go see if he's actually on a lap right now, and we can. Oh, it doesn't actually look like he is on one, unless there he is. So yeah, he's leading the top of the table with a 24-1. Actually, he's leading by 8/10, so pretty blistering fast lap by him. And then also, I want to say hello to everyone in the YouTube chat. It's good to have you guys join us. Pop a message there, say hello. I will be displaying those messages on screen. So if you do send any messages in the chat, I will definitely be displaying them on screen. So once again, just looking at the format, just as a reminder, we've got qualifying right now, and then race 1 will be 20 minutes, and then straight after that we jump into a second race with a top 10 reverse grid, which is also 20 minutes. So races aren't too long, but I think there's going to be a lot of drafting going on in this second round with this specific layout. I did have a track, a map, but I haven't loaded it yet. Let me see if I can quickly get it up for you guys. Just to kind of give you the lay of the land. Let's see. Alright, so as you can see, the layout, I actually didn't have a background there, but you can still get the gist of it. Obviously it is a clockwise circuit, as you can see. First corner is a pretty heavy braking point into the 90. You'll be brave to try any overtakes over there, but there's a little bit of a runoff, so it is possible. And then we head through the S's before we get onto the back straight, which is probably the most overtaking spot on the circuit, especially if you get a good run out the first turn, leading up all the way through to the inner loop, the bus stop chicane, and then the inner loop, which brings it back round to the start finish. But yeah, Jaden Harrison getting a little bit of a faster time there, the 24.399, so not too far behind Dominic Charles. I don't think we have any new drivers joining us this week, but I do have all of the drivers' liveries loaded. Just trying to see if I can find one of the base liveries. So this is the base livery. I think this is Jamaica, the one that Mark Anthony Eaton's driving, and actually just behind him as well. I'm not sure who that was behind him, but also running the standard base Jamaican Team Jamaica livery. So our first message has popped up, Star Just Star saying go Dominic. So some support there for Dominic Charles, and he is one of the favorites alongside Jaden Harrison, I reckon, to win this one. So thanks for your support there. Let's see, look at this. This is the top 13 drivers, all within a second to 2 seconds. So I'm going to try and find someone who's actually on a hot lap. So Michael Charles, let's go on board with him. To see how he handles some of these corners. He is down in the second sector about 3/10. So I doubt he's going to be improving his time here. And he is 2/10 slower than his fastest, but he is starting another one. So we'll see what he can do. As Eaton jumps up to 5th position. So Mark Anthony Eaton, again representing Team Jamaica, jumping up quite a number of positions there. Oh, this bus stop chicane is tricky. Again, if anyone in the YouTube chat can just send a message in the chat and just let me know if the audio levels are all good, I'd appreciate it. So Mikel again, that second sector proving to be a little bit tricky, but he did improve by almost 2/10 in the first sector. .24.6, so he goes a little bit faster. Still keeps him in 4th position though, so not improving position, but he did improve his time. And then we've also obviously got some of our Brazilian drivers joining us again. which reminds me, if you guys want to stick around after the races to listen to the guys in the interviews, we're going to be interviewing the Brazilian drivers as well, just to see what they think about the race formats and stuff. So yeah, if you guys are interested, stick around. Cool. Thanks for that, Just Star. I'm always nervous with the sound levels and all that, and the way, you know, the operation runs, because still a bit rusty doing these broadcasts. So I appreciate that. And we've got Aiden, support for, oh no, that is actually Aiden saying go Mikhail and Badeshi, so support for 2 of the drivers there. Mikhail Charles representing Trinidad. So we've also got a new driver of the day, guys. So if you guys are keen, scan the QR code on your screen there, and then vote for your favorite driver. There will be time during the race up until the last 5 minutes of the race. Then I will get the results and then display that driver of the day on screen for you guys. So I'll leave that on the screen. I'll bring it up during the race as well if you guys do miss it. But scan the QR code, go to the website, and slide your favorite driver to the top. Okay, so qualifying's just about done. It was a bit of a rush getting this all sorted today, so I apologize if everything isn't going as planned, but it's all good. As long as the racing is decent and we've got pictures, then 100%. So that is it. A lot of the guys finishing off their laps. And we've got Pereira Cemento. I'm not sure. He did put in a couple of laps, but then I think settled in. This is going to be a long train throughout the race, I reckon. But Dominic Charles is on a last lap. I'm not sure if it's a flying lap though, but yeah, but he doesn't really need to improve his time anyway. So your P1 for qualifying will be Dominic Charles, representing Trinidad, as you can see by the livery that he's driving. You can also see the back of the car. I've got the drivers' names in there, so for the drivers to know who's in front of them without looking at the relative. And then Honor Adam actually in second position, so that's a pretty decent qualifying for him. He's like representing Canada, so I think I might need to do something about that livery though. Doesn't look too great in my opinion. And then Jalen Harrison representing Jamaica in third position, just sitting himself in the pits, waiting for the clock to run down. Michael Charles in fourth, and Oswin Wilson representing, I think it's Jamaica as well, yep, in fifth, rounding out the top 5. So, this is going to be a tight one, but I'm just going to quickly wait for the timer to take over to the race, and then we'll be back in just a little bit with the race start. Alright, see you guys in a little bit. All right, we are back and ready for this race start. We will just waiting for the drivers to get lined up, and I'm not sure why with the drone camera now I'm getting the wheel not centered message. Obviously there's something up with that, but anyway, we're gonna get ready for this race start here. I think I figured out why, but we are about ready to go green for the first race of the Caribbean Nations Cup, and it's a brilliant start by Dominic Charles off the line. Someone's starting from the pits, I'm not sure who that is, and it looks like whoever that was in third, jumping in on the inside line into turn one, taking second position away from Honor Adam, and we've got another Trinidadian coming up behind him, ready to take third. Oh, and there's a little bit of a slowdown there by who is that? Jaden? No, it's not Jaden. But so these top four going at it here. Everyone looks like they were coming through pretty cleanly. But we're just going to try and see what happens with this top four. They look like they're all... And a Trinidadian goes off there. I'm not sure who that was. But let's actually go on board here now. Leave the drone camera. So Jaden Harrison in P2 actually didn't look like his car, but it was. I couldn't really make out who that was. But what a brilliant start by the top two drivers. Honor Adam in third, just a few tenths back, a couple of tenths back. And we've got position swapping here. Oswin Wilson from Guyana amongst the mayhem. He's actually leading them through the end of the first lap. And let's just see, checking out the chat. Aussie from, yeah, thanks for that, Stefan. And then we've also got Vitamin K. Not sure what that comment is, but anyway, someone's excited. But yeah, what a great start by the top two. Oswin Wilson also hanging in there in the top 10. Brazilian Samento. He's got a whole string of cars behind him. A few guys. Freitas actually. He has jumped up a few positions. Going side by side here with Kamani Eastman. I'm actually just going to see if I can get a better view of this happening. Actually don't. So, sorry for the view changes, but that's the one I wanted. Just going to see how these guys... Oh, wow. Gosh. Like I said, I was a bit rusty, but this is the view that I did want. But these two going at it here. We'll see if they can make it clean out of the first turn. Yeah, that's not what I wanted really there. Sorry for that. If it made anyone dizzy. See if that works again. There we go. So he's trying to get a good run through the S's. Is Daniel Prasad. He's definitely got a good one. He's trying to tangle here with Canto, the Brazilian, and unfortunately the two come together. Oh, I think that was a bit unnecessary. The stewards will have to look at it. We do have an incident report form for after the races, so unfortunately the Brazilian coming off second best there. Jaden Harrison dropping back now a bit from Dominic Charles. But yeah, as we take a look on board with, or on the helicam, Daniel and Akeem Romani battling it out. So I'm trying to look for the closest battles here, but these two are probably the closest two together. And then we've also got Hunt being chased down by Sarmento. They're actually side by side. Let's see if... Oh, Sarmento actually gets past him. I missed that. He actually went straight past him. Went on the inside and then, yeah, P11. So good job by Sarmento. Cars look like they're actually still neck and neck. So is he going to try and go for the undercut here? I don't think so. I mean, he's just lost a bit of time there, but yeah, you'll have to live to fight another day. So these two, Ozzy Wilson, for Team Guyana, being chased down by Mark Anthony Eaton, and he's got two drivers in front of him. We see Kamani Eastman trying to break the slipstream. I don't know, there's not much of a slipstream advantage in these cars, and it does help, but not by much. Let's try to see if we can go on board here from the drone view, bird's eye view of these cars. It's quite a nice looking view here. We can see the train of cars heading down the back straight. Oh, and Adam getting turned around. Thank goodness there weren't any other cars there. But getting his car turned around and getting going again. He's gonna do well to let these guys pass and then tuck in 13th position. Jaden Harrison keeping that gap to 2.4 seconds though. Like, he's not gaining, but he's not dropping back either. So unless he's just trying to save his tires, and maybe he's going to push hard towards the end, we'll have to see. And we got McClellan from Jamaica battling, well, he was battling with Adam. He's still behind him, right up close. And trying to get into that slipstream and cutting in on the inside. Is he going to try and dive up the inside? Let's have a look. And he does go on the inside and unfortunately spins it, and there's nowhere to go for... Who was that? Badeshi, unfortunately. Nowhere to go for him, so unfortunately getting caught up in that. Oh no. Well, at least I see Enrique just letting him by there. So anyway, some good sportsmanship from the Jamaican, but very unfortunate. So he has a good battle now. Heating up with Stephen Pommels from Jamaica. And Ozzy right behind him, Ozzy Wilson and Mark Anthony. And then we've got Kamani Eastman. Let's see if we can actually go on board with Kamani. Just to see if we can watch this fight unfold. We'll have a look. So I think Kamani's just going to be having a look, trying to bide his time, and wait for those mistakes to happen. I mean, that would be the smart thing to do, but we'll see if we can get a run going up through the S's. We'll go on board with Mark Anthony, because he's a bit closer to Wilson. And a little bit of bump drafting going on, which is fine. You just obviously don't want to overdo it. Okay, through the bus stop now. So again, just following each other through. He lost a little bit of time. There's a slow car in front. Another Jamaican. I think that might be a back marker because positions didn't change. And we've got another Jamaican next to Mark Anthony, and that is Stephen Pommels, I believe. So some tight racing there by the 3. Oh, and Mark Anthony, do they get caught up? Oh no. Oh, so a little bit of tight racing there. Always, it doesn't really, you know, 3 into 1 rarely goes. But unfortunately there, 3 of the drivers getting caught up in the mix. So Dominic Charles still dominating. He's actually increased his gap now to 3.2 seconds with 9 minutes left of the race. So again, hello to the guys in the YouTube chat. Feel free to send your messages to the drivers and I will be displaying them. And also remember, like as you can see on the screen right now, scan the QR code to vote for your driver of the day, and then I'll tally up the votes about 5 minutes before the end of the second race. And then I will be showing that driver on screen for you guys at the end. So get your votes in. Voting closes 5 minutes before the end of the second race. Okay, getting back to the action now with Stephen Pommels, with Eastman chasing him down. It's actually gone board here. So apologies again with the cameras that we have at the moment. Sometimes the cars has graphics issues, the plugin that I'm using. So the car does disappear sometimes. It's not anything that we can control, but it is what it is. But for the moment it's working great, and we see Eastman getting up really close, trying to not bump the back of Pommels, and he backs off slightly through the bus stop, sliding that car, drifting it around. Sometimes drifting it around fast corners or medium to fast corners is the fastest way around. Harrison now 5.2 seconds back behind the leader Dominic Charles. Michael Charles in third. Those top 4 drivers are spread apart, so no close battles going on over there just yet. Let's just see who we can. Unfortunately, Freitas, I think, has retired for the first race. He'll try and come back stronger for the second race. Carter Bailey is a lap down, so I guess he's just trying to stay, excuse me, out people's way. Or maybe not. Or maybe he is, I'm not sure. But some other close battles. I'm trying to look up the tower here. So many battles that are too close for the time being. But Kadir Mohammed said he wasn't probably going to make the race today, but good to see him representing Barbados. Good to see him in the race. Solid 12 position. Every driver, the point system, how it works, from first position all the way down to 20th position, gain points, with 20th position gaining 1 point, and then ascending from 20th, 19, 18, just collects points, so on and so forth that way. Just to make it a little closer. Someone we haven't shown on screen yet. I think we actually have shown pretty much everyone. And we've got Star saying go Dominic. So yeah, I think he's got this one in the bag. With 5 minutes left to go. I mean, you know, I wouldn't count your chickens before they hatch. But with an 8-second lead, it's a pretty dominating performance for sure. Let's actually take a lap on board here with Dominic while we've got the cars pretty spread apart. I'm actually going to go... So we see the lines he takes getting super close to the wall. It's a relatively nice day as well out in at Watkins Glen with the 19-degree temperature. But really getting that car utilizing all of the track out of turn 1. And then just trying to be as smooth as possible with the wheel. Sometimes with these kind of layouts, you need to drive the car as smooth with the wheel as you would do, say, for example, in a NASCAR oval circuit. Surprised that they're actually allowed to cut so much of that bus stop, but obviously with real penalty, a separate app governing the track limits, etc., the game will hand out penalties if needed. So he's obviously not breaking any rules. And hugging the inside for the last corner, and he gets up right against that wall for a really, really good lap around Watkins Glen. So just 3 minutes left to go now. We'll see. I think Michael Charles was actually slowly but surely catching Jaden Harrison. Oh, and we see a position swap actually with Adam getting by the Trinidadian of Akeem. So good job. Akeem also in his second race in the Nations Cup. Maybe his tires are just slowly going. But Adam actually pulling slightly away now. So great move there by Anna. We missed it, but you know, we'll try and keep our eyes peeled to the action. So, Star, you just need to the QR code that I'm just putting up on the screen right now. Or someone goes off there. Just a little bit of a trip to the grass. Anyway, so yeah, just scan the QR code on your screen with your camera, your phone camera. Just literally hold it up to the screen. If you are watching on your phone, unfortunately you wouldn't be able to do it. But if you're watching on a TV or a laptop or computer, you'll be able to scan that QR code. In retrospect, in the future for round 3, I will be putting that link, direct link to that vote in the description in the YouTube channel in the video. But if you can scan it with your phone, just hold your camera up to it, click on the link that comes up, and then you'll be directed to a website, and then you can I think it's just a click and drag function that you drag the driver that you want to vote for to the top. And then, yeah. As Vitamin K saying, go Daniel, as the race has almost come to an end. 20, this might be the last lap, actually. And then 5 minutes before the end of the second race, I will be tallying up those votes. So let's see if Dominic Charles, he is currently then on the last lap. Super dominating performance by Dominic. Not surprising, but Jaden not too far behind him. Michael Charles still trying to catch up to Harrison. And then we've got a little bit of a battle almost brewing over here with Eaton and Hunt. So we'll see if Eaton can try and get a nice run to try and get around Hunt. We will see. So he doesn't go for it there. He tries to stick it. Looked like he was going to go for it, but then thought twice of it. So not doing anything at the moment. Just going to try and maybe get a good run out through these S's. This will be the last lap, and I think we'll see. We'll stick with these guys for now. He's going to try and go up on the outside. Oh, no, yeah, and tries to cut back. But nothing doing there. As Dominic Charles comes across the finish line to take the win for race 1. And we've got Harrison in second. Michael Charles in third. So we've got in third place Trinidad and Tobago. In second place, Jamaica, in between the two Trinidadians actually, and Dominic Charles in first place. What a drive by Dominic there. And then in fourth place, Ozzy Wilson from Guyana, and then Stephen Pummels, another Jamaican, and then rounding out your top 5, Kamani Eastman in 6th, on Adam in 7th, the only Canadian driver, and then Kadim Mohammed Barbados in 8th, Akeem Romani in 9th, another Trinidadian, and then also from Trinidad and Tobago, Daniel Passat. Rounding out your top 10. Unfortunately, the Brazilians not doing too great in this one, but we'll see if they can come back stronger in the second race. Which will be in a few minutes. We are just going to once again take a quick few-minute break, and then we'll be back shortly for the second race. And don't forget to go and cast your vote. I will be showing that QR code again in a few minutes after the race start for the second race. So yeah, see you guys in a few minutes for the second race. Don't go anywhere. All right, so almost about time for the second race to get going. Just waiting for the session to tick over. I might actually just hurry it up there for a second. Let's see if we can do that. There we go. And then we'll get the second race up and going here shortly in about a minute. Oh, now why is it on my car? There we go, that's more like it. And we are gonna try see if we can get a great start view of the start. Looks like they're ready to go. The lights are up. We're gonna stick with Academia for the start of the race. And they're off, and it is a great start once again. Oh, not actually from Daniel. It is a reverse grid, remember. I actually got caught out there. But Kadeem taking the lead through turn 1. So he obviously finished in 7th place for the last race, for the first race. And then we've got Michael Charles and Jayden Harrison starting in 9th and 10th. But I see Dominic Charles actually already making up a few positions at the back there. So, nice job by him so far. Unfortunately getting passed by Ozzy Wilson. Kadeem Mohammed leads them away though. On the back straight, this is going to be quite... Look at these cars all go... Oh, and we do see a few cars getting caught up there. So, thank goodness the mic was far away from that carnage, because that would have been noisy. Oh, that was Ryan Hunt and Samento once again, and Freitas, unfortunately. 2 of the Brazilians being caught up there. So, Michael Charles sticking right up on the bumper of Jayden. Let's see if we can try and get a nice little view here of the action. Oh, Jayden getting tapped, and then unfortunately setting off a series of events where everyone is just being caught up in. Oh my goodness. And I think that is it for Jayden. You guys DNFing. So DNF, if you didn't know, stands for did not finish. Oh gosh, unfortunately. Things like that do happen, but you know, with a car in front has to brake, and then the driver behind that car doesn't anticipate it, and then gets sent straight into the back of them. Unfortunate. So the 3 Trinidadians battling it out here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So Dominic Charles already up to 3rd after starting from 10th. Holy cow. We'll just follow along the action here with these guys in the meantime. But Kadeem Mohammed actually doing a good job so far in keeping pummels at bay. I'm pretty sure Dominic is going to be catching up to those guys pretty soon. We'll have to wait and see. Another good battle is with the purple and white car, Kaimani Eastman. So, battles going on all over the place as one of the Brazilians, Canto, trying to go up on the outside and gets the move done. Passes Eastman for 10th place. I wonder if Eastman's going to try and get a run for the bus stop chicane. He's alongside him now. No. Oh, why is he trying to block off? And actually, Kanto gets off second best there. I mean, I'm not sure what happened there. You guys can decide. And I think Kanto's going to DNF as well. But I mean, to me, it looked like he closed the door. But again, I am not the steward. I just say what I see. So, unfortunately, not a good race for the Brazilians with Kanto and Freitas, and I believe Sarmento's still in it though. He's in 11th. So he's still in it. So you guys let me know in the comments and you decide what do you think happened there. But it looked like Kanto closed the door, unfortunately. But yeah. So the next closest battle is with Akeem and Daniel Passad. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Someone can also let me know if that's correct. So the second race, oh, what if these guys are going to touch? No, they're not close enough. The second race proving to be a little bit more sloppy than the first one, unfortunately. We always try and keep driving standards quite high. So these guys are still quite far apart. Let's see, we'll go with Badeshi here, trying to catch up to McLagan. See from his onboard view. So already 6 minutes gone of the second race. Now this second race does take place in the afternoon. So the track temp is a little bit warmer. As you can see on the top of your screen. But yeah. Drivers are pretty much spread apart, although we'll see Ozzy trying to catch up here to Daniel. See what he can do to try and catch up. But that bus stop is... in these cars, I suppose it's not that tricky going through that bus stop, but... I mean, for me, I'm always having a slight heart attack going through there. Alright, let's see. So, I can't show it on screen, guys. I'll try and organize something for maybe next week. But so far, I mean, that can't be right. Oh well, you know. So far, the driver winning, the driver of the day, is Kristen Burbelsing. And hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. He's not even in the second race. I think, I'm not sure what happened to him in the second race, but only 3 votes have been cast. So, you better, you know, go and get your votes in. I'll put that up again. Get your votes in for your driver of the day. And then, you only have about 6 or 7 minutes left. And then those results will be tallied up. Just scan the QR code with your phone. Hold your phone camera up to it. And then cast your vote. So, Kadeem Mohammed catching up to Stephen. He actually got overtaken by Stephen Pummels for the lead. And I'm sorry I missed that. But So now we have a fight for 5th and 6th position, and for 1st and 2nd as well. So for the time being, we'll go on board with 1st and 2nd, Stephen and Kadim. And then we'll try and keep a close eye as Daniel actually moves past Michael Charles, his fellow countryman, for 7th position. And then Stephen Pummels, these guys are side by side, almost touching there. So some very, very, very close racing and very good racing between these two drivers. Looks like Stephen does have a little bit of a better run coming out the second last turn. Is he going to try and go up the inside? He does. And is he going to back out? Kadim does back out. Tries to do a little bit of an undercut, but I think Stephen had that move in the bag. So good job there by Stephen Pummels representing Jamaica. So Star, sorry, I've just seen your message. You can just go back, and I think you can drag and reposition it, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if you only get one vote, but you don't click on the driver, you click and you just drag it up to the top. That's how it works. It's a little bit of a finicky process, but yeah, just go back on and then you just drag. Oh, this is a close fight. Sorry, I can't miss this action though. Alright, so I'm not too sure how this is going to end up here, guys, but we've got a three-way battle for the lead with Trinidad. Is that Romani that lost it? No, it was Adam, I think. He actually regained it, so that was well held actually. But now Stephen Dominic, as I said, was gonna catch him, and true as Bob, he has literally just caught up to Stephen Pummels here. Now, with 8 minutes left to go, I think Dominic is gonna try and just bide his time and make sure he doesn't mess up the chance of getting another race win. So he's gonna go on, oh, maybe I'm wrong. It looks like he's going for it right here. Some good racing again between these two drivers. And now they've got quite a large gap of about almost 6 seconds. So nicely done there by those two. Unbelievable that we have at least 6 drivers DNF. But we're just going to try and concentrate on this action here between the top two, Dominic and Stephen. So Stephen getting by once again. Alright, any other battles that I can maybe try and concentrate on while we try and do our best to get these two? I mean, so far my vote is on probably Dominic, coming back from 10th position because of the reverse grid, and potentially he's going to be winning this race, but it's still not said and done. So anyway, let's Ozzy Wilson here for Team Guyana, trying to fend off Michael Charles. Is he going to be able to? We are going to try and have a look. I think he's alongside him here. He is too. There he is, trying to stick his nose up on the inside. Some really close racing once again. Oh, as there's a couple of cars. That's Adam. Adam and Romani. Those two getting caught up with each other, I think. Luckily, it didn't ruin it there for Charles and Ozzy. As we'll stick with these guys for the time being. Dominic Charles still 3/10 back from Stephen. Michael Charles is in 4th. So let me try and see if I can get a better view here. Yeah, Michael Charles is in 4th there, Aiden, as he's on screen right now. But look at this from Dominic. He's going to try and send it up the inside again on turn 1. Rick Racing says 7th. Akeem is in 7th now, but obviously that's all changed. Still concentrating on these two, but also Ozzy Wilson and Michael Charles battling it out now for that 4th position. Dean Mohammed sitting pretty in 3rd with a little bit of a gap either side of him. Now Daniel and Akeem getting close together. With 5 minutes left, guys, that driver of the day, last chance to cast your vote. So go on and scan that QR code with your phone and go and drag your favorite driver to the top. You got to click and drag. Well, I don't see any drive-through messages on my side. Aiden, but I'm not sure. I think he's still in it, still in the race. And now for 4th, 5th, and 6th, we've got cars actually getting pretty close together. Alright guys, the vote will be closing in 1 minute for the driver of the day, and then I will tally that up. Oh, and Adam getting by Ozzy Wilson. And Romani, oh, that's Michael Charles. Yep, okay, yeah, he's got to drive through. So unfortunately for Michael Charles, he obviously had to cut the track there, maybe to avoid all that carnage. So I'm not sure what happens there. We'll try and find out post-race. But I think for now, for the last few minutes, we're going to concentrate on Adam and Ozzy, and then the top 2, we'll try and keep an eye out on both of them. Look at that, all those cars coming down, and Akeem losing out there to Daniel, but he's going to try and come back, is he? Alright, let me try and just get the driver votes in for your driver of the day. I mean, it looks like it's gonna be. We will see in a second. Let's try and get this up here for you guys. So, he actually doesn't have a profile picture, but you guys ready for this? The driver of the day is, there it is, Isaiah Badeshi. So you guys casted the vote, I just display it. So well done, Badeshi. You get the driver of the day, as we see Stephen Pommel's right up on the bumper. This is for 1st and 2nd with 2 minutes left to go. So Ozzy doing his best to try and keep it as clean as possible. Oh, that is nerve-wracking just to watch, and I'm not even driving. So unfortunately with Michael Charles, with that drive-through, has put him in 10th place. So losing out there, but you know, like I said, we'll find out post-race and try and find out what exactly happened. So again, once again, well done to Badeshi for getting driver of the day. And thank you guys for voting. So Eaton reversing on the track there. Ooh. Not sure what happened there, but another DNF, unfortunately. So I guess we will just stay with Dominic and Steven, but Adam and Wilson also having a fight. I wish we could watch both fights here, as Dominic getting past Steven. We'll see if he's trying to... The Jamaican's going to come back. He's going to have to do it on the outside, but he's trying to get as close as possible, but he's not able to get it done there. So once the race finishes, guys, we will wait for the results to come in, the official results, and then I will be getting the guys in for an interview, the top 3. So I'll be a few minutes, and then we'll get the interviews done with the drivers. Okay, so now I think this is not going to be the last lap. I think there will be one more lap. If Dominic crosses the line, it is the last lap. So Dominic timing that to perfection and getting the win just by the skin of his teeth with 2/10 ahead of Stephen Pummels in second. Kadeem Mohammed's coming in at third. Ozzy Wilson in fourth. Anna Adam in fifth. Rounding out your top 5, Daniel and O'Keen in 6th and 7th respectively. Some good fighting with those guys, between those guys. Eastman in 8th. Michael Charles gaining a position at the end there. So, I mean, unfortunate for him again, but yeah, at least, you know, top 9 is not too bad considering there's actually 30 drivers entered into this championship. I believe we only had 20 plus drivers in tonight's race, but hopefully they'll be back next week. And then rounding out your top 10 is our driver of the day, Zaya Badeshi. We'll just put that up on screen again. Just cruising into the wall, why not? But yeah. So he doesn't have a profile picture, so I had to just use a generic picture for him. But well done to him, and well done to all the drivers. There was some good clean racing, some shenanigans as well, but for the most part, it was definitely entertaining. So just give me a few minutes, guys. We're going to try and get the drivers as they line up in formation here. We'll try and we get a nice shot of those drivers at the start finish line. So congrats to all the drivers, and I'll be pulling them in for interview shortly, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back with them in a few minutes.
I thought I had it figured out, believed in us, we were meant to be, no doubt. A teenage love, everybody else could see the way we were, living in a fantasy. When I kiss her, I don't know where we're going, I don't know at all. I don't know how we're growing, I'll be moving on, I'll be moving on, gotta let it go, living on my own.
All right, ladies and oh, hang on one sec. There we go. Okay. All right, ladies and gents, we've got the top 2 drivers from that race with us. Unfortunately, we don't have Oswin Wilson with us. But we are gonna start off the interviews here with we'll actually start off with Stephen. I mean, again, I knew this track was gonna be, very everyone was basically in a draft train the whole time, and the racing was going to be tight, and I knew for a fact there was going to be some incidents. The second race was actually a lot more incidents than the first one, but I mean, you guys had some battles between you guys running up in the front there. But anything from your side, how your race went, and just how this particular track layout also changed your strategy at all? Like maybe you wanted to wait and, wait till the end and try and sort of pounce for positions, or how did you go about it?
You know, we were deep in the tussle, and I think I killed somebody. Mark, that is actually. So apologies on that. So I was glad to get some free air in the second race, which was a lot more straightforward, except for the fact that I had Kadim up front, and I didn't know what his pace was like because I didn't even see him the whole of the first race. So I was just kind of putting my head down, seeing what I could do to make any inroads, and yeah, I was able to catch up to him, and uh, I was expecting to just keep my pace behind him, but I see that there was enough pace to like do the overtake, but I wasn't able to like pull it off cleanly, and so I think Dominic had enough opportunities to catch up. But that tussle with Dominic, that was like epic all through. I realized that he was really biding
Yeah.
his time. Yeah. It was like, yeah, let's use this opportunity to like go 110%. See if I can, out hungry him, just out tussling him.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, he just had the pace, and he just picked me apart in the right places.
Well, it was really entertaining to watch, man. I mean, like, I was watching and I was getting super nervous when you guys were, and especially, when the cars are close together like that. Just one little wrong move and you get sent into the wall. But yeah, congrats. I don't know how. I think it was Badeshi got driver of the day, but I definitely think it was down to either you or Dominic. But even Ozzy. But yeah, congrats on that P2, man. And the points are actually quite tight. Driver standings at the moment between you and Dominic are just 10 points. So, and then we've got Ozzy with 1 point behind you. But congrats. And then Dominic, man, I actually think the driver of the day should have definitely gone to you because from starting in 10th position, working your way through all the carnage and everything like that and still coming away with the win. I reckon one more lap and then you might have had a bit more stress on your side from Stephen, but you held on for the win. Congrats. And then, yeah, how was that race, man?
Yeah, thanks. Well, the first race was, I mean, that kind of just went as it did. I knew I had the pace, so I didn't really feel too worried. But in the second race, oh, that battle was fantastic. I had so much fun. I really just kind of took my time and waited. I might didn't know if they would lose too much time, but I just kept holding on to see what happened. And as I got close to Steven,
Mhm.
I mean, we both had respect for each other's racing line, and we were pretty aggressive with it. So when I noticed that, he wasn't really playing around, I just kind of waited and picked at him to see where he would falter, and eventually got through. But that was awesome. Hats off to him. That was a great drive.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't, there were a couple of battles going on throughout the races, and in the second race especially, and I just, I couldn't get the camera off of you two because, it was neck and neck, and each lap you were leading, the next lap it was Steven, next lap it was you again. But some really clean driving as well between you guys, and respectful driving as well. But yeah, congrats. I'm gonna try and see if I can get. It actually looks like the guys doing the Portuguese stream, they are not in their voice channel anymore. They did say they wanted to try and interview some of the Brazilians, but I think they have decided not to. But I guess we'll leave it at that then. And then Alton Park's next, which is not going to be, not going to be an easy one again. These tracks that were chosen, specifically for the reason to be, close and tight racing. So we can expect the same sort of close racing next week. We hope to see a lot more guys turn out for the next one. There was a bit of a break for obviously Mother's Day last weekend. So maybe the guys will see that we've started up again, and then we'll have a full 30 driver field next week, which is going to be hectic to say the least. But once again, congrats guys, and then we'll see you guys both next week.
Thanks. Take care.
Yeah.
All right, take care. All right. So there you have it, guys. We will leave it at that. Again, as you can tell by Dominic, he did say that he wasn't really worried about, he had the pace, so he just laid back and kept his head down, finished off strong. But it was a really tight race between Steven and Dominic there. Unfortunately, we weren't able to speak to Oswin, but I'm sure he had just as good as a race or two races. So the championship points at the moment, driver standings with Dominic in first was 77 for Trinidad, and we got Steven for Jamaica in second on 67. So like I mentioned, 10 points behind. And then Oswin Wilson in third for Team Guyana. So we've got a 3 nations in our top 3, and he is on 66, so 1 point behind Steven. So off to Alton Park next week, which is again going to be a really tight track. So for the time being, hopefully the guys will get some practice in. We'll have some more drivers next week, and we will see you guys all then. So for the time being, take care, have a good week, and see you all next time.
In some laps, we probably see Bruno's.
Look at this, Parry runs off track, and now Eastman is alongside him. No, he's going to try and close the door. Eastman goes in the grass, and he's going to go way off.
Moment we can see a fight between C from Rock and Bruno from Tati from Scuderia from Tati. Really amazing job.
Fantastic on the inside now. Bruno having to leave that room for him, but he almost loses the car in the end.